Hello, guys. My name is Jose Ortega, and welcome to my channel, the Jose Ortega, the channel where you can actually meet or pretty much find a lot of options for you to make money online and have a life by design. And by that, I mean pretty much having the right mindset in order for you to attract the things and design the life or manifest the life that you actually want. In today's video, I want to do something different today. I'm going to be, talking to you directly to the camera to show you, just like the other videos before, I have talked about the things that have worked for me, as of, when it comes to making money online, some side hustles and some gigs online that have worked for me, to make a little extra money. And some of them have, to make some like substantial amounts of money online that has allowed me to have the life that I have right now. But in this particular moment, I want to talk to you about one thing specifically that has always been a common denominator when it comes to me making money or getting things that I wish for or having what I desire in my life in general. And that is intention and having the right mindset. So in this video today, I'm going to talk to you about exactly about that. Exactly what I do and what I have done all over like throughout the years. Um, to be 100% honest about how I have achieved things because I believe in that and because my life it's what it is because of that. So let me tell you something very clear. I'm not going to talk about neuroscience like in specific right now because to talk about neuroscience, I would have to lie to you and tell you that all of that I did it I was because I knew the neuroscience terms behind all of the things that I did in order for me to attract or manifest something. But to be 100% honest, I did not really know it had to do with neuroscience. I knew it had to do with what's going on up here in your mind. So, being 100% honest, when I was little, I always had this ability to, or let's say ability. Yeah, I had this ability or this habit of saying, I am very good, I'm very happy, but I would be a lot happier if I had this. And I would say this in my mind, not talk to anyone else about it. Not even being a kid, I I allowed that to be something that I shared with the world or anyone out there. I always kept that to myself. I don't know if it was because deep inside I wanted to see if it was going to happen just by me genuinely desiring it or because I was asking out loud for things and then people wanting to get things done for me to make me feel right will actually get this done for me so I could be satisfied or feeling better about it because I was a kid. I don't know if that was the reason why I never told anyone about it, but I always had like this desires and these wishes and this like I would be so much happier. Like I would be the happiest if I had this. And I would do this activity and later on, like a few weeks later, maybe months later, maybe days later, I would eventually get what I asked for. And it was so cool because I got addicted to this feeling of, oh, if I say this, if I do this, I get the things that I want. A little bit feeling a little bit guilty because I felt like I was blackmailing God or something like that. But it was really like an addicting thing to do, because I would pretty much just say I'm really happy, but I would be happier if I had this. And that was throughout my whole childhood, and I can remember that because that's something I kept for myself. Like I was very particular about things like some shoes, some video games, um, being invited to certain things that I didn't have, and I didn't have a way of having because I didn't have the money, because my parents didn't have the money, because they couldn't afford it at the moment, whatever it was, and things would come from random places, like from random sources, which was what really kept me like, yeah, I don't have to feel guilty about it because I'm not making my mom buy it. I'm not making her feel guilty to buy me things or anything like that. I would definitely like just desire it, wish it, and say, I will be really like, you know what I need to be the happiest? A video game. All of a sudden, I went to a birthday party. I was invited to a birthday party, and in that birthday party, they did like an activity there and everything, and they were like dancing, and the activity like the hot potato activity, that where you start passing the ball around until the music stops, and then if you're holding the ball, then you are out. And so I won that game. So exciting and everything. And the host of the party asked me, "So what do you want as a prize?" And I said, "A video game." But I knew, like I was young, but I knew that they were giving out, candies, cake, um, sodas, and things like that, but not like game or video games or anything like that. And I knew that was a joke. And after I said it, the host, like the mother of the birthday boy, went inside and came back with a video game in a box, like a brand new, not brand new, but it was like barely used video game in a box, and she gave it to me. And all the kids started screaming, "Wow! I want a video game too!" Whatever, and everybody wanted to actually participate in the games and everything, and it was so crazy because I did not expect that lady to give me anything. I just said it because that's something I wanted, for real, and it just came out. But I knew it wasn't a place where they were giving out video games or anything, and I did not expect that from her because she was not like a special person in my life or anything. She was just the mom of a friend I had in kindergarten, or maybe a third grade or something like that, like fifth grade or something. And I got it. In that moment, I was like, this really, that like this was out of nowhere. And I remember always being so aware of the fact that I was getting things because I was wishing for them. So after that, what happened is that I started getting that as a habit. I would wish for things, and sometimes I would forget that I actually wished for those. And then after I got them, I'd be like, "Oh, I actually wished for that 2 months ago, or like last week, or something like that." So it was very interesting to to grow up like this, because I always knew that I had the power of getting things by just asking for them. So what happened here is that when I um, when I became, older and I grew up and everything, I started like forgetting about that. And I would think about things that I want, but not really in a way, like not so, like I would not focus, because when you grow up, what happens is that you get so many distractions, and you get distracted with school, with people, with relationships, what you do for work, what you're gonna do in life, and all of that is just very overwhelming in your head, and you don't have time for everything. But you don't really, like, not everybody takes the time to do that, to like let's go ahead and see what's going on with the, like let's meditate or think of what I want, like it's like, is this what's going on? I notice that not everyone does this. So when I like I always had this instinct to stop for a while and say, what do I want in life? It's whatever I'm doing taking me closer to my goal or the opposite. And I always did, like, I always ask myself this, and I would be like quitting jobs and like quitting relationships. Like, there is like, I will create like a good, make like a job that will give me good money for that age and for any age, like good money, because I said I didn't, I don't want this. This is not what I want for my life. I don't want to look back in 5 years and realize that I have been doing this the whole time and not like working towards my dreams. And that's exactly how I manifested being part of the national team. And I was recruited. I was out of shape, and I was recruited for that. Like it was really crazy. And then I understood. Like I heard someone do a little like a stand-up comedy show, like a special. Tiffany Haddish, and Tiffany Haddish was talking about when she was homeless, and that someone, Kevin Hart, told her that she had to write down, like in a little notebook, whatever she wanted, and her dreams and everything. Like write it down in a notebook, and then she noticed that she started seeing all of those things like coming to like like coming to life, like coming to life, and things just being done, and like she was achieving goals left to right, and it was so crazy to her. She just said, I mean, I don't understand what changed in me, but maybe it was just that I took the time to think about specific things that I wanted for my life. And so after that, I said, hey, I always get what I want if I focus on it. Why don't I write down things? And that's what I started doing. I started like using like a big whiteboard. So I would write down my goals, like making this amount of money a month, um, getting the new camera, Sony, whatever, getting this new phone, buying a drone, such and such, um, having a beautiful relationship, doing this and that, doing this, and I would write down stuff like, and I would do like on January and stuff, and I would do this, and I would title it my 2020 whatever, the year that it was. And then at the end of the and then at the end of the year, or like by half of the year, like by somewhere around July or August, I would be like, oh, I did this, I did this, I did this. Like I would forget to like underline the things that I would like, that I would achieve, and the things that would happen. And then then I would catch myself just like check marking things, like a lot of things, and I was like, I didn't even think about it. Oh my gosh! But I actually didn't think about it. But guess what? That whiteboard was right in front of my desk. So every time I would sit down and work with something, even if I was like, even if I would just occasionally or like eventually just look in front and look around, I would watch the board with my goals, and I would sit down with like just taking a break, just looking nowhere, and I would be looking at, oh yeah, my goals. Even by accident, I will look at my goals. I will go over them. Oh, that's this, but not like intentionally. Like, yeah, my goals. No, just casually, like looking at them. But that also helped, because that also kept my subconscious, um, like this is going on. Like this is like these are my goals. These are the things that I want to achieve. And the latest thing that I achieved was making 10K a month. I did not even realize I was getting 10K a month until a moment that I just sat down. I was like, wait a minute, I am making even more than 10K a month. Let me check mark this on my list. And so what I want to let you know about this, it's how it works for me. It has worked for me like that. Doesn't mean it's going to work for you, but doesn't mean that will not. I'm just telling you what works for me, and I can recommend you to write down your goals. Sit down for a moment, because sometimes we are consuming so much content. We're looking for ways to make money. We are trying to get things, trying to like figure out life and adulthood in a day. And then we end up spending 12 months just looking for answers and watching videos and consuming, but not really acting on any of them. So if one thing can, like, that I would love to be like the goal for this video, if you're watching it, it's that this is not just one other video that you're going to watch and think about, yeah, I have to do this, and then not do it because you're watching another video about something else that is super important too, that is very, very interesting and everything, but not really acting on the information that you already got. If you don't act on the information that you're receiving, then what are you doing? Because let me tell you something, if you're trying to feel 100% ready in order for you to act on the projects you have in mind, the certain habits you want to plant in your life, to to have, to create for yourself, then let me tell you, you're not gonna do it. You're not gonna do it, and if you do it, it's gonna be too late. Believe me when I tell you that the best time it's today, and the best moment it's now. Take the time to sit down and think about what your goals are. Think about what you want in life. And I understand this is not for everyone. This is not for everyone, because that's exactly why not everyone is a millionaire. Not everyone has a great life. Not everyone can have a luxurious life and can have the luxury of like having time to spend with their loved ones, because they don't have to worry on like where their next meal is going to come from. I know that. I understand that. That's not for everyone. But if you're watching this video, something tells me that you are that kind of person, that you are part of the very small percentage that cares about that, and that understands that by only focusing your energy in the things that you want, and taking the moment to meditate and just think about whatever you want in life, and take a moment to be thankful for what you already have, that tells me that you can achieve great things in life. So I always do this because I'm always like, I was always like this. Maybe, I don't know if it was my, like the way my mom raised me or anything, or if I was just born with this mentality, but I would always be grateful for anything, because my mom always made me understand that I did not deserve a thing. I would watch some of my friends in school brag about having their parents give them, something like prizes and stuff because they got good grades. My mom would tell me, that's your job. You have to get good grades. You don't work out here. Like, you're not like me hustling out there to put food on the table. Your only job is to do that. So you better bring good grades here, because that's your responsibility. And like once she said, but why don't you give me gifts when I bring food onto the table? Why don't you celebrate because I did what I had to do every day? And I was like, so at that moment, I understood that nobody owed me anything. Nobody had to give me or celebrate me for anything. Great. If you have someone in your life that does that for you, great. Be thankful for that. But you don't, but, but people don't have to do that for you. So what happened after that is that in my mind, I would be so grateful for anything that I had. And I would always tell my mom, thank you for the food. And I would ask, Mom, do you have a few pennies for candy? She would be like, no, I don't. And I'll be like, okay, Mom, whenever you can. Thank you very much for considering it. I would say things like that when I was a kid. My mom would tell me that you were very grateful and very respectful and very thoughtful, very like I would have a lot of empathy for others. Like I was very sensitive to my surroundings and and towards the people around me. Just today, she came by, and we were talking about a homeless lady that lived like around the area the that we lived around, and she was always very friendly and everything. But my mom reminded me that today that whenever she would start crying, I would grab a piece of bread and run like and some chocolate and something and just take it to her and bring it to her. And that will calm her down because she was just hungry. And I knew that. Or somehow I understood that if I did that for her, that will make her feel better. And I wanted her to feel better. So I would be very sensitive to what everyone around me was going through. I was very thoughtful and very like, and I always would look for the right things to say to make people feel better. But all of that happened because she made me understand that no one had to be nice to me. And if they're not nice, then next, keep walking. But if they are, then I better be thankful for that. If they wish to give me something, then I better be thankful and let them know that was very special. So that upbringing made me be very thankful for everything. So I would always, I'm so thankful for the life I have. I'm so thankful for my health, for not having a cold today, for not having my back hurt, for having like sight, taste, smell, anything like the hearing, everything. I would be very grateful for everything, and I would pray for that, and I would be like thank you for for me being able to do whatever I love, for me being able to have friends. I will be so thankful for everything. And then after that, I'll be like, I'm very thankful. But from gratefulness, like from being thankful, I was always like writing down like, yeah, I want this, I want this, I want this. And I would always get things. And things would always come to me. And I would attract everything that I was wishing for, like desiring for. Even my partner. I remember desiring a partner that was not like the skin tone, the personality, the character, everything. I asked for that. I asked for that and I got it. And you can do that too. You can do that as well. You can sit down in a moment. Even if you have to pause this video right now, please do it. I will be very happy if you left a comment, even if you didn't. I'm just feeling like I'll just feel it. If you did this and you actually sat down and just went through, what are you looking for? What's your goal? What are you like? What do you want? We write down, I want this, that. I want to be like this, like that. I want to like and be specific. You don't have to feel ashamed because sometimes we feel ashamed of like asking for like certain things, but that's not going to be seen by anyone. That's yours. That's private. So you can be free and write in detail what you want, the size of everything, everything, how everything, like be specific. I asked to have an apartment in a peaceful place. And I wrote down a peaceful place where mornings would be very quiet and when I would be able to listen to the birds singing in the morning, and that I was going to be able to just sit down from 8 to 10 and enjoy a good weather and a good. I wish you could see my balcony today. It has like the woods, like a forest right in front of it. Super peaceful. Birds singing in the morning. It's very fresh and cool because it's close to the forest. So it's so crazy when things like this just happen to you because and you know you requested this. You know you know you were looking for that. You were desiring for that. So if you can take something from this video, let it be this. Take a moment to be grateful for the life you have, for whatever you have. You're missing a hand, you're missing a toe, you're having a cold. Be thankful it's not cancer. You have cancer, be thankful you're not gone. Just be thankful for whatever you have, for whatever your situation is. Because then from that feeling, from that emotion, you can ask for anything or write down whatever you want. The universe is the universe is full of resources. The universe is out there. The universe wants you to have whatever you want. But you have to ask for it. You have to request it. You have to desire it. And how do you let the universe know that you are asking for that? Put it out there. Ask for it. Write it down. Think about it. Wish it. Desire it. And believe me when I tell you that you are going to get it. And even if you don't remember you asked for it, right now you're living the life that you once wished for. You're stuck in this victimhood. This channel is not for you because I don't do victimhood. I don't really do that, and I don't really feel like engaging with that kind of energy. Your life is your responsibility. Whatever you're going through right now, it's because you made it happen. You made it happen, or you allow it to happen, or you let it happen. Something, but it had to do with one decision you made, or you made a decision of not making any decisions. So that's something you should definitely think about right now. If you're watching this video, you are one of those people who actually, you know that they want more and want more out of life. Just be sure that the unit, like if you ask for a car, the whole logistics behind it is not going to be that someone is going to take the car from someone who already has it and that person is going to be left crying in order for you to have your car. No, that's not how it happens. The universe has a lot of resources to give us all whatever we wish for. It is exactly what it does. Infinite resources. Money is infinite. Houses, infinite. Relationships, people, infinite. Infinite amount of options for you to have whatever you want, to have the exact thing that you want. So I just wanted to stop by on this video and pretty much today just tell you that, share with you my what my process of manifestation or attraction or pretty much just being thankful and writing down my goals has gotten me. I wanted to share that with you and leave it out there in case you can start with that, because right now I started reading a book called How to Be Supernatural, or no, Becoming Supernatural, from Joe Dispenza. And that book had led me to realize what I was doing. So later on, we will be talking about mindset and neuroscience and everything. So, yeah. So I'm sharing this out here. I hope you can get some value from it. But again, if you don't take action on anything you learn or any information you received, then why even be here? Subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so. I just want to take a moment to do this today. Bye bye. See you in the next one.